quick recap on that game. Remember the Bucks started without Chris Middleton. Still, the Celtics had a long couple days off because they swept the Nets.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway.
You want to bring up old news?
No, it's not old news. They had. I think it could play a role into what happened today. So either way, the Celtics end up losing to the Bucks, and the reason why I brought up the rest, the Celtics did not look like the Celtics to me. There were a lot of, I don't want to say stupid, but like it was a lot of uncharacteristic plays. Jaylen Brown was off. Jason Tatum was not the Jason Tatum we saw dominate the smaller guards in the Nets. And I think a lot of that has to do with the size of the Bucks. This Bucks team is long and athletic, and you have perimeter players that can defend. They can go small and still defend these perimeter players, which the Nets did not have. So, man, it's very interesting. What are your thoughts about the series so far? Well, not series, but like game one so far, because we're going to give our predictions later.
So based on game one, to your point, Q, Bucks are long, athletic, strong dudes that can lock you up on the defensive end. If you look at the Nets versus Celtics series, it was the size advantage was Boston, because you got a 6'3", 6'4" point guard, and Marcus Smart, who was also Defensive Player of the Year. You got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, two long, athletic wings. Al Horford, who's always been a solid rim protector. Daniel Tice brings you another 6'10", 11. And now, flipping that over to Giannis and the Bucks, you got Giannis, who's 7 foot, aggressive, strong, Defensive Player of the Year capability. Brook Lopez, another big 7-footer. Drew Holiday, solid All-NBA defender right there. I mean, they have a much better defensive team to go up against. And on the other end, for the long haul of this series, you're going to have to be guarding Giannis. Like, I get it. Like, they had to, send troopers to KD because of how skilled he is. But Giannis has the skill level, not quite the same as KD, but he's another 7-footer, and he's a lot more physical. So for like a guy like Tatum who's going to have to go up against that every single night, bang against Giannis down low, and then try to come back and score, and he's guarding you, he's going to also body you then. It's going to be really tough. So I think that the Celtics will have to make some big adjustments to, I don't know if they can play small or because they're still quick too, but it's going to be interesting. I think, like you said, Tatum didn't have like an explosion like he was pretty much doing all over Brooklyn, and Jaylen Brown didn't have a really good game. Marcus Smart, I think he was dealing with injury. So overall, I think the Bucks will be interesting, to see if they can, see if they fall, honestly, in my opinion. But
yeah, to piggyback off of you, you're right. Marcus Smart was definitely injured throughout the series in this first game. And again, they had long days off, so that could play a role as to why they weren't, the Celtics. And again, just like we said about the Grizzlies, the main goal is to keep home court. And to lose game one already, it's like, no cushion. No cushion to fall on. So, yeah, I believe the Celtics. Yeah, I just think I'm gonna say my predictions for later, but
right.
Yeah, it was really uncharacteristic.
I almost said mine a second ago.
I want to wait, but like it was really uncharacteristic to see that. But yeah, the Bucks just blew them out. It was really no contest, especially with all of the uncharacteristic shot taking and the defensive lapses, and I just chalked this game up for the Celtics to the fact that they had a long break.
Yeah,
that's when I'm chopping that up too. So
I mean, to me, they didn't really play with a lot of intensity for most of the second half. It was just like, all right, well, we already kind of checked out. We kind of are struggling to get hot and get warmed up in here. So
Yeah.
it was pretty much cruise control and not enough intensity. You got to come out strong from the gate with this team. So
Do you think that's because I agree with you? The intensity was not really there. Do you think that's because they're coming off of sweeping like the Nets, which was this championship contender team? Do you think there's like a lull off that?
I think that may have impact on them because they came off like feeling super confident. Oh, we swept the Nets, we swept KD and Kyrie, and it's like they took this long break, and I feel like they feel like, oh, if we can beat KD and Kyrie, we can beat anyone. But not exactly the case when you go up against Giannis, who's always hungry, and his team is on the same type of energy. So I feel like that is where they're at. They're like, oh, we can beat anyone because we already beat KD, right? Which is great. And, KD still, to me, just didn't have a usual series, and I think he started to pick it up late, but you got away with that one. But this is not going to fly. You're not like, just because you got this one out of the way that, a lot of people probably count them out. I know I picked the Nets. So they feel like, oh, we beat the odds. We overcame this. Everybody was like thinking we were going to lose. So now they're like, oh, we have ultimate confidence, and didn't really take it as seriously in this game.
Yeah. And again, you did pick the Nets to win. You
I
did.
did.
You did.
More unfortunate for me, but it's okay.
Yeah. And let me give props to the Bucks with this. Drew Holiday really stepped up, but because you get an unusual amount of scoring from Chris Middleton, at least 20 some points a game from Chris. Drew really picked that up, and I think going into the series, even some of last series with the Bulls, we were always wondering where would that extra scoring come from. Right, Giannis will always do his thing, but Drew really stepped up today, and that says a lot about them. And the difference between this Bucks team and the Nets, the Bucks have a championship coach.
That's one thing.
They definitely have a championship coach, so you're now going against a coach with not as much experience in Steve Nash. So that's another difference.
Yeah,
this coach will make adjustments. So. Yeah, I'm serious. This coach will. I'm gonna say that Steve Nash did try a lot of different things at the end. I ain't gonna lie, but it's like too late at that point. You wait till that game to try something. No. I wish he obviously tried sooner, and then we probably had a longer series with the Celtics and Nets. But all right, I'm off that.
That's all good, man.
Yeah, I'm off that. All right.